This is a video of a trip we took down to Cataloochee Valley and Smokies, and shows some pretty good pictures of elk and elk bugling. That was a rather short bugle by an elk we saw at the end of the road on Cataloochee Valley, past the Caldwell house. Uh, there's a good site for the history of that house, actually by a descendant of the Caldwell, who actually lived in the house, and that's at greatsmokies.com /Cataloochee I'll have a link to that website. It's a pretty good video if you're interested in the history of the area. Coming up, we went down past the outbuilding then, and we got a video of this black bear that came out. And if you notice in the right-hand part of the screen, that bull elk that you see now is in the right. He was just standing there, completely motionless. And the bear, some rangers pulled their truck out in the middle of the field, and the bear kept coming out, standing up, winding them, and then running back again. He also has a white V in his chest, little mark. You can probably enlarge your screen and see that. And there you can see the bull elk that you just saw back there. Then we drove a little bit further down the road. That was actually right before the donation box. And there's a little, what looks like used to be a horse trail coming out, but there's that sign says you're not allowed to take horses past that point now. We saw a 4 cow come out, and then a big bull, 13-point bull elk, came out and bugled. That's coming up. That's him bugling again, and when we were up higher up or farther down the road, we also heard this bull bugling. So he's coming out here shortly. He was keeping his cows in line, and they all moved down towards the schoolhouse, which will be the next video. There were 11 elk right by the schoolhouse, right just a little bit past the schoolhouse. That's down there. And there's also a video of a young elk that's coming up. The road down there was, it's a gravel road. It's in real good shape. It has some washboarding to it, but it's not bad. You don't need a huge amount of ground clearance. It's kind of narrow in some of the corners, so you have to be careful when you're driving down. It took us probably 40 minutes to get down from the Pride RV campground, is where we camped, which is a pretty nice campground. You're allowed pets there as long as they're on a leash. We stayed at the number 4 campsite. You're not allowed fire rings, and but they have fire rings in a field that's like a community type field for the RVs and the campers. Although campsites 1 and 2 are right next to one of the community fire rings. So if you want a fire ring next to your campsite, that's the ones you'd have to get. Some of these elks, we're walking along the road, you could almost reach out and touch them. That's how close they are, but don't do that. There's quite a fine associated with that, and you're not allowed any pets on the trails down there. They are allowed on the road, but not the trails. There's a $5,000 fine if you get caught uh, with your dog on a trail.